Hello, my Sigma ladies. Today, we're taking a bold step into the world of misconceptions. Society has an uncanny ability to misjudge what it doesn't understand, and Sigma females, we're a mystery wrapped in layers of depth and purpose. This confusion often leads to judgments, assumptions that are not only wrong, but sometimes downright ridiculous. But here's the thing. Every judgment thrown our way says more about society's inability to handle individuality than it does about us. So let's set the record straight. In this episode of The Sigma Lady, I'm unpacking 10 fresh, thought-provoking judgments society makes about Sigma females and exactly why they're missing the mark. These aren't your typical, "you're too independent" cliches. We're diving deep, challenging conventions and celebrating the Sigma spirit in all its unapologetic glory. If you're ready to break the mold, hit subscribe and join a movement of women who refuse to conform. Let's jump into it. 1. The echo chamber reject. One of the most surprising judgments society makes about Sigma females is that we're difficult because we don't blend into groupthink. We're seen as outliers who refuse to align with popular opinions. But let's break this down. Is rejecting the echo chamber a weakness or a strength? Sigma females value independent thought above all else. We don't follow the crowd just because it's loud. Instead, we analyze, reflect, and form opinions based on what resonates with our inner truth. This ability to think critically often sets us apart and makes us stand out, which can make others uncomfortable. Why? Because groupthink feels safe. When everyone agrees, it creates the illusion of certainty. Sigma females challenge that illusion, not to create conflict, but to uncover deeper truths. Whether it's questioning societal norms, workplace politics, or even family traditions, we refuse to settle for surface-level answers. Of course, this independence can ruffle feathers. People who thrive in the comfort of consensus might see us as contrarians. But what they don't realize is that we're not disagreeing to be difficult. We're disagreeing to seek clarity. And that's a strength society desperately needs in an age of information overload and blind conformity. So the next time someone calls a Sigma female difficult, remember, she's not rejecting the group for the sake of it. She's rejecting anything that doesn't align with her values. And in doing so, she paves the way for new ideas, deeper understanding, and authentic progress. 2. The Time Gatekeeper. You're so hard to reach. How often have Sigma females heard this complaint? Society loves to judge us for being unavailable, but let's get one thing straight. We're not distant, we're intentional. Time is the most valuable resource we have, and Sigma females know this better than most. While others may scatter their energy across countless shallow interactions, we prioritize depth over breadth. It's not that we don't value connection, we simply don't believe in giving our time to things, or people, that don't align with our values. This can lead to misunderstandings. Friends might interpret our boundaries as rejection. Colleagues might see our focus as aloofness, but in reality, these boundaries are a form of respect for ourselves and for those we choose to engage with. By saying no to what doesn't serve us, we create space for the relationships and projects that truly matter. And let's talk about focus. Sigma females aren't multitaskers in the traditional sense. We don't believe in spreading ourselves thin just to appear busy or agreeable. Instead, we channel our energy into what aligns with our goals. Whether it's a career milestone, a personal passion, or a meaningful connection, our focus is razor sharp. This approach often leads to greater fulfillment and success, but it can be isolating in a society that values constant availability. The world expects us to answer every call, attend every event, and accommodate every request. Sigma females challenge this expectation, not out of defiance, but out of purpose. So, the next time someone accuses a Sigma female of being hard to reach, remind them she's not avoiding connection. She's curating her time with intention, ensuring that every moment she invests is meaningful. 3. The Masked Optimist. Here's a surprising judgment. People often assume Sigma females are cynical because we question everything. Whether it's societal structures, traditional values, or even casual assumptions, our analytical nature can come across as skepticism. But here's the twist. We're not cynical, we're optimists in disguise. Why do Sigma females question the world around them? Because we believe it can be better. While others might accept things as they are, we see potential for growth and change. This hidden optimism drives us to challenge norms and imagine new possibilities. Far from being jaded, we're driven by a vision of what could be. Take, for example, a Sigma female in the workplace. While others might accept outdated practices, she'll question them, not to create conflict, but to uncover opportunities for improvement. Her questions might make her seem critical, but her intention is always constructive. She's not tearing things down, she's building them up. This mindset extends to personal relationships as well. Sigma females don't settle for surface-level connections. We ask deep, sometimes uncomfortable questions because we believe in the potential for genuine understanding. While this might make us seem intense, it's actually a reflection of our faith in the depth and resilience of human connection. Of course, this optimistic realism can be misinterpreted. In a world that often equates compliance with positivity, Sigma females' questioning nature can seem abrasive. But what society fails to see is that our questions are born from hope. By challenging what is, we create space for what could be. So the next time someone calls a Sigma female cynical, remind them she's not doubting the world, she's believing in its potential for greatness. 4. The Quiet Catalyst. They're too passive to lead. How many times have we heard that about Sigma females? Society often mistakes silence for inaction, assuming that because we're not the loudest voice in the room, we must not be contributing. But here's the truth. Sigma females are catalysts for change, not through noise, but through intentional action. Leadership in the Sigma world doesn't look like barking orders or dominating a conversation. Instead, it looks like quiet influence. Sigma females lead by example, embodying the principles and values they wish to see in others. This subtle form of leadership often goes unnoticed, but its impact is undeniable. Consider how a Sigma female approaches conflict resolution. While others may rush to impose their will or escalate tension, she observes, listens, and intervenes only when she has something meaningful to add. Her calm presence can de-escalate a volatile situation and bring clarity to chaos. She doesn't need to shout to be heard. Her thoughtful actions speak volumes. This approach extends beyond conflict. In workplaces, Sigma females often serve as the glue that holds teams together. They're not interested in taking credit or seeking the spotlight. They focus on solving problems, fostering collaboration, and ensuring that everyone feels valued. Their leadership style may be understated, but it's incredibly effective. And let's not forget innovation. Sigma females are natural disruptors, not by breaking things apart, but by quietly questioning how they can be improved. They don't demand attention for their ideas, they simply implement them, letting the results speak for themselves. So, the next time someone accuses a Sigma female of being too passive, remind them, true leadership isn't about volume, it's about vision. And Sigma females are masters of leading with quiet strength and purpose. 5. The Energy Economist. Why don't you just try harder to connect? Society loves to judge Sigma females for being selective with their social energy. But this isn't about being antisocial. It's about being intentional. Sigma females are, at heart, energy economists. Think of energy as currency. While some people spend it frivolously, attending every event, engaging in every conversation, Sigma females invest it wisely. We understand that energy is finite, and we prioritize the relationships and activities that bring the most value to our lives. This often means saying no. Sigma females are unapologetic about setting boundaries, even if it makes others uncomfortable. We don't attend gatherings out of obligation or engage in small talk just to fill silence. Instead, we seek depth and meaning in our interactions. If a relationship or activity doesn't align with our values or goals, we won't force it. Of course, this approach can be misunderstood. Friends may see our absence as indifference. Colleagues might interpret our focus as aloofness. But the reality is far from selfishness. By conserving our energy, we're able to show up fully for the people and projects that truly matter. And let's not forget self-care. Sigma females understand that alone time isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Solitude allows us to recharge, reflect, and realign with our purpose. This doesn't mean we don't value connection, it means we value the right kind of connection. So, the next time someone accuses a Sigma female of being distant, remind them she's not avoiding people, she's investing her energy with intention, and that's a skill the world could use more of. 6. The purposeful enigma. They're so mysterious. Society loves to label Sigma females as enigmas, as if our complexity is a problem that needs solving. But here's the thing. Sigma females aren't mysterious for the sake of it. We're purposeful about what we reveal, and that makes us both intriguing and misunderstood. At the heart of this mystery is discretion. Sigma females don't believe in oversharing or exposing their vulnerabilities to just anyone. We've learned that trust is earned, not given freely, and we're careful about who we let into our inner world. This guarded nature isn't about secrecy, it's about self-respect. This discretion can make us seem distant or aloof, but the reality is quite the opposite. When Sigma females do open up, they do so with authenticity and depth. We don't share for validation or attention. We share to connect meaningfully. And that connection, when it happens, is powerful. But what truly sets Sigma females apart is our intentionality. Every decision we make about what to reveal and what to withhold is deliberate. We understand the power of mystery, not as a tool for manipulation, but as a way to maintain control over our narrative. By keeping parts of ourselves private, we protect our energy, preserve our peace, and retain a sense of autonomy in a world that demands constant exposure. So, the next time someone calls a Sigma female hard to read, remind them she's not a puzzle to be solved. She's a story to be discovered, one page at a time. 7. The success undercover. Where's the hustle? In a culture that celebrates loud, visible ambition, Sigma females are often judged for not putting their success on display. But here's the truth. Sigma females don't need an audience to achieve their goals. Our hustle is private, purposeful, and deeply personal. Unlike those who seek validation through achievements, Sigma females measure success on their own terms. We don't care about applause or recognition. We care about fulfilling our purpose. This means our ambition is often invisible to others, but that doesn't make it any less potent. Consider how a Sigma female approaches her goals. While others might broadcast every step of their journey, she works quietly, letting her results speak for themselves. This doesn't mean she lacks confidence, it means she values substance over showmanship. This understated approach can be confusing to those who equate visibility with value. They might assume that because we're not shouting about our achievements, we must not be achieving much. But in reality, Sigma females are building legacies behind the scenes, creating meaningful change without seeking external validation. So the next time someone questions a Sigma female's ambition, remind them, success isn't a performance. For Sigma females, it's a deeply personal journey that doesn't need an audience. It only needs purpose. 8. The Unwritten Rulebreaker. They don't play by the rules. That's a common accusation thrown at Sigma females, as if refusing to follow unwritten societal expectations is a flaw. But let's be clear, Sigma females aren't breaking rules for the sake of rebellion. We're rewriting them for the sake of authenticity. The world is full of invisible scripts, from how relationships should look to what defines success. Sigma females see these rules for what they are, constructs that often limit individuality. Rather than blindly conforming, we pause, reflect, and decide whether those rules align with our values. If they don't, we're not afraid to do things our way. Take, for example, the traditional career ladder. While others may feel compelled to climb it step by step, Sigma females are more likely to chart their own course. We don't define success by titles or accolades. We define it by impact and fulfillment. This unconventional approach often leads to misunderstandings, with others labeling us as unambitious or out of sync. But in reality, we're simply refusing to follow a path that doesn't feel right. This same principle applies to personal relationships. Sigma females aren't interested in playing by outdated rules about how women should behave in friendships, dating, or family dynamics. Instead, we prioritize honesty, respect, and mutual growth, even if it means challenging expectations. Of course, breaking these unwritten rules comes with a cost. People may label us as difficult or stubborn, unable to see that our actions come from a place of integrity, not defiance. But in the end, the freedom to live authentically is worth far more than the comfort of conformity. So the next time someone says a Sigma female doesn't play by the rules, remind them, she's not rejecting structure, she's building a life that reflects her true self. 9. The Emotion Strategist. You're too calculated with your feelings. This is a critique Sigma females often face, as if being intentional about how we express emotions is a flaw. But let's set the record straight. Sigma females aren't suppressing emotions, we're mastering them. In a world that encourages instant reactions and emotional outbursts, Sigma females stand apart by choosing to respond thoughtfully. We take the time to process our feelings, understand their roots, and decide how to express them in a way that aligns with our values. This isn't about being cold or detached, it's about being emotionally intelligent. Consider how this plays out in relationships. While others might react impulsively during conflicts, Sigma females pause. We ask ourselves, what's the purpose of this emotion? How can I express it constructively? This level of self-awareness often diffuses tension and fosters deeper understanding. But to outsiders, our composure might come across as indifference. What they don't see is the depth of our emotional world. Sigma females feel deeply, but we don't let those feelings control us. Instead, we use them as a guide, navigating life with clarity and purpose. This emotional discipline isn't just a strength, it's a form of self-respect. Of course, this approach can be misunderstood. Society often equates vulnerability with raw, unfiltered emotion, failing to recognize that intentionality can be just as authentic. Sigma females don't hide their emotions. We simply choose when, where, and how to share them. So, the next time someone accuses a Sigma female of being too calculated, remind them she's not avoiding emotions, she's mastering them, and that's a skill worth celebrating. 10. The Legacy Builder. They're too focused on the future to enjoy the present. This is one of the most pervasive judgments about Sigma females, as if long-term thinking somehow detracts from living in the moment. But here's the reality. Sigma females aren't neglecting the present. We're using it to build a meaningful future. At the core of this misconception is a misunderstanding of what it means to be future-focused. Sigma females don't obsess over the unknown or let it overshadow the here and now. Instead, we view the present as a foundation. Every decision we make today is a building block for the legacy we want to leave behind. Take career goals, for example. While others might chase immediate rewards, Sigma females prioritize sustainability and impact. We're not interested in quick wins, we're playing the long game. This might make us seem overly serious or detached, but in truth it's a reflection of our deep sense of purpose. The same goes for relationships. Sigma females don't invest in shallow connections that offer instant gratification. Instead, we nurture bonds that have the potential to grow and evolve over time. This intentional approach might seem slow to some, but it ensures that every relationship we build is meaningful and enduring. Of course, this future-oriented mindset doesn't mean we don't enjoy the present. Sigma females know how to savor life's moments, but we do so with an awareness of how those moments fit into the bigger picture. It's not about sacrificing joy for progress. It's about aligning the two in a way that feels authentic. So, the next time someone says a Sigma female is too focused on the future, remind them she's not missing out on life. She's creating a legacy that lasts far beyond it. My Sigma ladies, society may try to box us in, but our strength lies in breaking free. Every judgment thrown our way is a reflection of a world that struggles to understand individuality, and that's what makes us unstoppable. If today's journey resonated with you, don't let it end here. Share this video, hit subscribe, and join a movement of women who refuse to apologize for living authentically. Until next time, keep questioning, keep building, and never stop owning your truth. See you soon on the Sigma Lady.